At this time, I would like to call upon a humble soul, a family man, a loyal one, the constituency lead for Carriacou and Petite Martinique, to speak briefly on the issues affecting Carriacou.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I think I want to start off by saying we have the tip. Let me take this opportunity to recognize our esteemed political leader, distinguished political leader, our deputy political leader, other members of the New National Party executive. Also, to recognize members of the Carriacou and Petite Martinique executive branch, some of them who are here and those who are listening in, and also our New York chapter as well. It's important to recognize the work of everybody. And of course, you, the hard-working soldiers of the New National Party, pleasant evening and welcome for being here this evening. As you may know, Carriacou and Petite Martinique is at a critical juncture right now. I think the best way to describe where we are at a crossroad. And we are having some serious challenges. But we are motivated because the number one party, the National Party, is here and is standing strong with Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Friends, let me first talk about what is taking place with our residents. As you know, a lot of our homes have been destroyed. Persons are struggling to get back on their feet. Persons are relocating for one reason or the other, for job opportunities, for school purposes for our kids, for health reasons. So it's a very torrid time for our sister islands, both Petite Martinique and Carriacou. One of our biggest challenges right now is housing, brothers and sisters. But what is sad, as recent as Friday, we had the opportunity to debate an appropriation bill put forward by the government. And in that appropriation bill, and not taking anything away from St. Patrick's and St. Mark's, but there were allocations for 200 houses for St. Mark's and St. Patrick's. And what is taking place in Carriacou, they are giving out tents. Could you imagine? More than 80% of the houses are damaged. And not a single house is a mark for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. They are giving out tents, brothers and sisters. That is the situation that we have on the ground. Well, let me tell you more about the money. They earmarked $15 million for the 200 houses at $50,000 a piece, and I know we have some mathematicians in the house. And that totals up to $10 million. So $5 million is unaccounted for. So pay attention to that, brothers and sisters. Pay attention to that. Brothers and sisters, we are very grateful for the support of the National Party, the leadership, the members, ordinary members who have been sending supplies to Carriacou, all our donor agencies, all our support in the diaspora, Canada, in the US, who have been sending and giving support, calling, checking on us. We are very grateful for that support, and we want to thank them wholeheartedly for their contribution. Brothers and sisters, we have a challenge. Just imagine school is about to start tomorrow. And the Minister for Education came a couple days before the official opening of school, and said to Carriacouans and Petit Mandicans, he wouldn't have school, but in the next 2 weeks we will see what happening. You know, and I said to him, I am a parent, and you are a parent. Do you think the situation that exists in Carriacou, it is satisfactory to come a few days to speak to parents about school? I mean, this is crazy. And what was his response? He see no issue with that. He saw no issue with that. Brothers and sisters, a number of the schools are being used for shelters, and gradually persons are moving out of the shelters. Some of the schools are damaged significantly. Some of the schools are non-existent, like for Dover School. It's no more. Dover School I think is probably 80 or 90 years old. And so that school has been demolished entirely. But what has happened with the cleanup, brothers and sisters, is that all our recreation ground currently are official dump sites. Could you imagine I pass in, I see a sign up saying that garbage collection 7 a.m., between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. on our recreation grounds. Could you imagine? Our recreation grounds where we need it now more than ever, so that our youths can go out to engage in activities, sporting activities and other activities to help deal with the issues and the stress related to the hurricane. They cannot do that. They cannot do that because all those grounds are filled with garbage. But what are they doing now? They're clearing an area where they should have actually put the garbage down by the dump to put people to stay. Could you imagine? I have never seen more craziness. I've never seen more craziness. You have a situation where garbage has been moved from one place to the other. It's over 2 months and all the garbage is still on island. All the garbage in Carriacou is still on island. So you could imagine what is taking place at those sites. Some of those playing fields, they have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to just repair them just a few months ago. And they have destroyed them totally. They have destroyed them totally. We have a serious issue that we have to pay close attention to. And we have been given a clarion call for persons who are living in Carriacou for one reason or the other to reconsider coming back. Because when we look at the figures, between 2011 and 2021, our population reduced by about 1,000. So you could imagine what has taken place after the hurricane. So we are very concerned with reduce in population, how it will affect businesses, the survival of business. It's a very serious situation. So we want to ensure that we can work to get Carriacou and Petit Matnik back up and running as quickly as possible so that people can have the confidence to come back, to live there, and to invest, and to ensure that Carriacou and Petit Matnik continue to grow and prosper. But what is happening, brothers and sisters, it's a series of attacks on our people. And you see it on social media. Even after the parliamentary rep drive around a few days after the hurricane and said to persons on a loudspeaker, I heard it for myself. He said that the government will help build back all your houses, everybody's houses, only to find out that he turned around and said, you have your money, so build your house back for yourself. Could you imagine? Who does that? Who does such a thing? Your own people. The people who gave you an opportunity to represent them. The people who came out and vote for you. You have a responsibility as a government. You have a responsibility to look after your people in times of distress. Whether they have money in the bank or not, you have a responsibility to make sure that everybody, each and every single Carriacouans and Petit-Maticans are looked after because it's a crisis. So once you start singling out, you know that is an issue. That is a big problem. Brothers and sisters, don't talk about the corruption. Don't talk about the nepotism, the unfairness. And what we're learning now is that people refuse to go to NADMA for supplies because they cannot take the insults. They cannot take the abuse. So we're hearing that a lot of stuff is being spoiled and being dumped because people fear. Go in for it because you never know, you might get a live hearing that you pass and collect a pack of ramen and you come back for another one. So people don't want to go. People don't want to go because they fear that they will be ridiculed in public for stuff that was donated for their support. Could you imagine? People give this, they send it for the people, and yet they have to take abuse before they can get it for their use. This is sad, brothers and sisters. This is very sad. But I want to say this, and I want us to be very vigilant. This government know what they're doing. They are very deliberate in their actions. It is clear that they do not care about people. I mean, it is clear that Carriacou and Petit-Matic is going to see some trouble under this government. 2 months after suffering the worst disaster in the existence of Carriacou and Petit-Matic, we are struggling to get some support to rebuild our home. I just can't imagine. 2 months after. We are the epicenter of the disaster. But yet for all, we see little or no major or serious efforts in helping our people recover. We are very concerned. I am very concerned. And we have to, as a party, do everything we can to support our brothers and sisters in Carriacou and Petit-Matic. We have to. Could you imagine the new National Party government with the support of the People's Republic of China? We have a housing unit with about 100 units sitting there with a few busted windows, a couple of sheets of galvanized peel off, but you're giving tents. Why you can't repair it and allow people to go in there so that our shelters can free up so that we can start school? What is so difficult about that? What is the issue? They have to come clean. They have to come clean with the people's housing. They have to come clean with the people's housing. Brothers and sisters, we are encouraged. We are encouraged because the new National Party is the only party, has been and will continue to be the only party that is best for this tri-island state of Greater Carriacou and Petit-Matic. Without a shadow of a doubt. I want to just veer off a little bit into the area of sports. And you see recently, we have been celebrating our Olympians. I want us to give them a round of applause. They have done us proud and continue to lift us on the international stage. And we really want to pay homage to Kirani James, who has really set the stage, set the mark. But you hear reports as if nothing ever happened for our winning athletes before. You have two massive infrastructure for cricket and athletics and football that was done by the National Party. Look at an investment. And it is the new National Party who has really created that opportunity for athletes to excel. We have invested in not just in infrastructure, but directly into our athletes. And when you hear what is taking place with the National Lotteries Authority, some of the sporting organizations, they are suffering. They cannot get any support for athletes to go out and train. Cricket, look at, is actually dead in Grenada. It looks like it is almost to the grave because they are not getting any support from the government. Could you imagine? We have done a lot for our athletes, but some of it, we have decided as a party to do the principal thing and not to speak publicly of some of the things that we have done for them. But they know that we have helped them significantly. We have helped them tangible-wise, we have helped them financial-wise, and all the records are there. The records are there, the cabinet conclusions are there to show that we have helped, and we have helped significantly, and we are very proud about that. And if we are challenged at any point in time to speak publicly, we will so do. But we don't feel that we have to do that at this point in time. Our athletes are doing well. We supported them. We give them all the support that they need, and we continue to support them and encourage them in their endeavors. And we believe that that is satisfactory. We do not have to, everything that we assist people with, we do not have to advertise everything. We do not have to. Sometimes it is best that the ordinary man spread the word than you put it out there for yourself. So brothers and sisters, before I close, I want to leave one thing with you today. And I want you to repeat this as a mantra between now and December, because I want it to stick. I want, when you say it, everybody in the household should hear it. And it's very simple to say, it's very easy to remember. NNP is number one. Repeat after me. And P is number one. Brothers and sisters, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and continue to support Carriacou and Pretty Matnik.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.